that was the first day I recognized Oro, and I was told this from my part of the country. I saw, already he's a big man, relative to me in terms of size. And then I saw very bulky arm, and I was told he had a very friendly slap, apparently from a soldier who has not been paid for some time. And when I asked, they said he was causing trouble in Lagos, he was organizing protests on the street, even when the military have decreed that under decree 2 was it, that if you are picked, no court of law can inquire into it. And Aboro chose to disobey the law, and he was severely dealt with. And I saw the swelling eye, and I was doing this from my area. I'm just wondering, when you go home that day, did you tell your wife that you went to cause trouble by questioning the right of the military to do what they were doing? And if you did, what was her response? I guess you just managed to take you to a hospital because I don't think your eyes were clear enough to be able to find your way. So, in the night, I'm sure you will have to tell your children story. You see, Daddy is having swollen eye, not because he went to steal in the Dubai market or something, but he said something that, as Babangida will say, he was saying things that he was not supposed to say, or if he was a teacher, he was teaching what he was not supposed to teach. So I want to congratulate you for standing by Oro, because it can be very lonely for a woman to be on the bed and looking at the other side. The man is in one police station or DSS or military intelligence and whatever. So congratulations, but as you can see, tough time don't last, tough people do. And that is why Oro is part of everything. He has both vertical and horizontal advantage. He doesn't appear to be he has not emaciated because of what he has gone through. And he's able to grow white there, which means it's a joy, it's also graceful, is part of all of that. But the first thing I would like to do, and I'm provoked to do this because Nigerians are often guilty of recognizing foreign people who have written or done something that is fascinating, or they thought it does something for Africa. When we quote authors, we prefer to quote American authors and foreign authors, as if we don't have Nigerian authors that are acknowledged elsewhere. So when I was ordered to stand up to acknowledge the contribution of one famous writer, I asked the wife of Oro, who is the guy, and he told me he wrote extensively. I said, okay, I remember him. But if you ask me, in moments like this, when we are talking of those who fought, and I'm talking of fighting, there are different categories of fight. The man who fought and gave his all, sacrificed his business, in my opinion, is the late Gani Fawehinmi.
You can't sit on the sideline, mislead Nigerians with half-truths, and pretend to be a revolutionary. Oshimole said, you must offer more than slogans. You must understand governance. His message was clear. Activism without a grounded understanding of governance can be dangerous. Now, let's examine the crux of Oshimole's arguments. He accuses Omoyele Sowore of presenting simplified narratives, appealing to frustration but offering no pragmatic solutions. Oshimole's arguments that governance is complex and that while criticism is essential, it must be responsible and informed. Sowore supporters, however, say his voice represents the frustration of millions of Nigerians, especially the youth who feel abandoned by decades of failed leadership. To them, Sowore is a truth teller. And to his critics, he is a populist, a man who leverages anger without accountability. As for Omoyele Sowore and Adamsoshimole, critics argue that he too has evolved from a populist agitator into a defender of establishment's interests. What happens to the firebrand who once stood shoulder to shoulder with workers in protests? In many ways, this debate mirrors the broader conflict in Nigerian politics. Idealism versus pragmatism, activism versus governance. And finally, the exchange quickly made headlines and went viral on social media. Many Nigerians took sides. Some applauded Oshimole for calling out what they saw as Sowore's one-sided narratives. Others condemned Oshimole, accusing him of hypocrisy and political doublespeak. Media analysts weighed in, highlighting how such public confrontation conflicts and reflect deeper issues: distrust in political institutions, generational frustration, and the shrinking space for constructive dialogue. In the end, the confrontation between Oshimole and Sowore is more than just a political smash. It's a reflection of Nigerians' growing struggle with truth, accountability, and leadership. And it's a call to leaders, activists, and ordinary citizens alike to raise the quality of public discourse.